Hey everyone, welcome back. I want to start off today by saying thanks to all the comments of support and recommendations, and I want to answer a couple of questions that you've been putting to me. The truck is a 2010 and it has approximately 300,000 kilometers, so about 180,000 miles. I don't know the exact conversion. Anyway, it's relatively high. However, I got this truck used. It was about 3 years old when I got it, had it about 7 years, and I have driven it pretty gently. Okay, I give it a bit of a rev now and then on the highway, but generally speed limit for me. So it's a fairly easy life engine. Excuse me. When the timing chain incident occurred, I had just turned into a street from traffic lights. So even just by driving gently and the fact that I was only doing maybe 40 kilometers an hour, about 25, 30 miles an hour, I'm hoping that I've really not done too much damage to the engine itself. With that said, I'm going to find that out today. And also something else arrived today, so let me show you what we're doing. Also, someone sent me a video of a damaged Hemi engine and a recall that was out for it. Now, I don't actually know who sent me the video because the name didn't come up, so whoever it was, thank you very much. I don't know if it's going to help me, but we'll find that out further down the line. But basically the video showed my engine, although it was in like a 300C or whatever, same engine. However, when he stripped it down to find out what was wrong with his, do you remember that picture I showed you of the missing timing chain guide? Well, there's no bolt at the top. It's supposed to have 2 bolts holding it in. The bottom bolt was still there, the top bolt was gone, and on his video he actually fished that bolt out from the oil pan. It actually backed off by itself, come out, and that was it. Instant engine death. And that was a recall on this engine between 2009 to 2012. However, I checked the Canadian recall situation and my truck is not included on that list, even though that's the fault that caused this timing chain to go. So I will look into that, contact Chrysler and see what they have to say about that. But you know what recalls are like, they pick and choose who they want to help, because that's a whole engine, potentially, for the sake of one tiny bolt. And once I get the oil pan out, and I'll fish my bolt out, and I'll show you, and we'll take it from there. But I don't imagine that'll be a quick fix, if at all. So I just need to deal with the situation. So let me show you what we're playing with today. This is a delivery I got this morning, and it is my new timing chain kit. Oh right, so the chain's actually supposed to be joined together and not just flopping about like that. Okay, let's have a closer look at this chain, because there is supposedly marks on the chain. Right, you see those 2 little rectangles there, and I think there's another one down the bottom, down there. Okay, so you've got a single one there, double one there. I still have to look into the whole setting up the timing situation, but that's fairly important. Presumably you line that somewhere up in the cam cog or the crank cog, whatever, and that one will be the opposite. They're not actually top and bottom. If I put them both at the top, the one at the bottom is not right at the bottom. But then there's not, it would have to have an odd amount of links for that to be at the bottom. Anyway, I'll look into that when the time comes. This is the guide that has disintegrated. I think it was completely plastic on mine, and I can't even find all the parts, but as you can see, it should have 2 holes, 2 bolts. Mine only had 1. This kit comes with a lower cog for the oil pump to situate in, and obviously it's got the teeth for the chain, if I can get it out. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I'm failing. Right, so it's got the teeth at the bottom and it's got the notch for the keyway to go in. And obviously my tensioner, which is pre-tensioned with this grenade pin. Once it's in place, you pull that out and it springs out. Right, I'll keep that all safe and clean for now. And I'll show you my other toy that I'm going to play with today. So before I even think about fitting that chain, I am going to have a little inspection of the condition of my pistons and hopefully valves using this endoscope, boroscope, whatever. As you can see, for reference sake, the size there, that's very small. I mean, I could probably get my pinky down a spark plug hole, so you can see how small that camera is. So that'll be fun. I really must refrain from sticking that in places I shouldn't, but hey, you know me. Okay. So, step one is to remove some coil packs, some spark plugs, and get my stool to stand on, because I'm so short. So, I suppose we should at least switch this on and see if I need to charge it up before I go mad with taking things out of spark plug holes. I don't need to uncoil that to switch it on, do I? How do you switch it on? I'm sure these things come with instructions, but who needs instructions? Let's press this button. Oh, look, we have activation. I think I might need my reading glasses for this. Hold on. I should probably tidy up before I start. Right, we have visuals. Oh, look, there's me. All right, so it's going to be that way round. Well, I suppose the camera is going to change depending on what you're looking at. Okay, let's point it at this very small writing on my can of oil. See how it deals with that, shall we? I think these cameras really only work very close up, so I'm not expecting it to be good for, you know, taking a YouTube video, but this particular device is supposed to record as well as take pictures. Alright, I can't get that close. I'm currently about a centimetre away from the subject. If I bring it back to there.
So let's get her figured out.
Hold on, I have a visitor. Concerned neighbours, aren't they lovely? Right, where was I? Oh yeah, looking at stuff. Yeah, so I reckon I need to be at least a centimetre away for this to get focus on small stuff. So we will see. Unless that's adjustable. What do these buttons do? What's that button do? Oh, that's record. I should read instructions, right? What does that do? There's a sort of, it looks like a volume control type rotational thing. Let's see if that changes the focus. Oh, that's brightness. You see that? Oh, that seems to be very bright or not very bright. Okay, enough playing about. I know it works for at least inspection purposes. We are on the passenger side of the car / truck. So I'm going to just take out the first. This is the easiest one to get to, and it'll give me an idea if my little inspection camera is working. So they look like 10mm bolts for the coil pack. They're not tight. I mean, they're not like mega tight. They're just They're just nip up tight. That's the term, right? Nip up tight. You know what, I'm going to take that plug off just now before I forget, if it lets me. How do these come out then? Okay, they're just push clips, none of that red clip safety nonsense. Right, the other 10mm. That one's got nothing to do with that. Getting a bit chilly. We had snow this morning. Not enough to, you know, create any problems, but it's a sign of the nightmare to come. So that comes out. Sometimes these things break off, but these are actually still quite flexible, so that's a good sign. Right, spark plug tool. I might as well take, there's two in each cylinder, just because, you know, to make it more expensive to do a service. So I might as well take them both out, and then I'll have twice as much chance of seeing what's going on. I'm going to use the big ratchet for that. And I know from experience, not from recent experience, but from forever, you want to keep this as straight as possible. You don't want it to break off the top of your spark plug. So I don't have a rubber catchy thing on the end of this, unfortunately. So I have to use my Total Recall eyeball grabber. Do you remember the thing in Total Recall? He stuck one of these up his nose and grabbed it and pulled it out his... Yeah, nasty. Anyway, never had a problem with these things. Spark plug condition is perfect, happy with that. And the end of it is still attached, which is also a good sign. Well, it's only 1 of 16 so far. Long way to go. Top of that one's still good as well. A little bit of oil in there. Understandable under the circumstances. Right, let me go and grab my inspection camera and let's all cross our fingers. Right, I'll set this up here so we can all see what's going on. Woof woof. I'll give you a bit of a zoom in. Right, let's go into the depths of cylinder number, I don't know what the number is. Passenger side front, whatever that is. Nice clear picture actually. Sorry for moving it about quite so much. Into the black hole. What is that down there, the water looking stuff? Kind of looks like water, could be anything. Don't know what that is. But the piston itself looks pretty good, right? Okay. I mean, even if it was hitting the valve, you would expect an indentation of some description, don't you think? It's like the surface of Mars, except it's easier to get to Mars. And also this lets me see the wall of the what do you call it? The bit that the piston slides up and down. Doesn't look to be scored. Excellent. So far so good. I love this thing already, and I've only just got it. How close can we go? Wow, that's awesome. I'm well pleased with this kit. Right, good sign guys, good sign. Now that doesn't mean that all's good in the state of ramness. but at least so far it lets me see that that piston looks okay. No idea if the valves are destroyed, but again, hold on, you're not looking at anything. So as I say, no, that doesn't mean that everything's fine and dandy, because we haven't seen the valves yet, but it's a good start, right? So I will take the remaining coil packs off, spark plugs out, and inspect them all. I'll try and work out my device and see if I can record it all for posterity. So I forgot that this kit actually comes with attachments. Tiny little attachments. And one of them is actually a mirror. Now it's blue over it. I'm hoping that that's just a little film. Yeah. So I need to take that little film off. Can you see that? I'll take that off, put that on the end of the camera, and then we should be able to inspect the valves. Okay, right, let me do that and I'll see you back over at the engine bay. Right, let's get in there again. I may have to adjust the brightness on this because it is creating a sort of halo around the screen. Hold on, I'm bent again. Okay, we are in. Can't see anything. More brightness is required. Okay, so this mirror thing is not the best. I'm not quite sure why it's got such a horrible halo in it. Oh no, the camera's stuck. I'm caught in something inside. Right, where are we? What are we looking at? What's that? What am I looking at there? Oh, that's the threads for the spark plug, isn't it? I'm not really. Oh, that's too bright. Turn it away down, see if that makes. No, too dark. Now, it looks like the mirror is just reflecting the light back into the camera, so it looks like the mirror is just kind of a waste of time, really. What's that? I mean, that should be the cylinder head, the top of the cylinder head. But, nah, I'm just going to get frustrated. Okay, plan B. So I'll take the rest of the coil packs out and I'll take the spark plugs out, check internally all the other cylinders, and take it from there. It's getting cold. I'm not going to last long today, I'll be honest. Too cold today. I'm gonna stop while we're ahead. I've checked half, well, a little over half the cylinders. I can't get access to them at the moment without. Oh, I'm shivering. No, it's too cold. But so far, as you saw on that one piston, so all the other pistons look like that at the moment. That's a good sign. No indentation, no chips, anything. So I'm a happy bunny. And tomorrow's meant to be actually colder, but the sun is meant to come out. If you have a wee look just now, it's a bit grey and it's a wee bit breezy, so my nose is dripping. But as I say, tomorrow, it's temperature wise is meant to be colder, but the sun will be out, which is kind of weird in Canada. When the sun's out, it's just, it warms your cockles. What am I doing? Right, folks. I'll take that as a win. And tomorrow, oh, right, before I go, I need to look up 2 things. Sump pan removal. I believe I need to take, the bell housing has an adapter plate that I need to take off. They're like bigger bolts than the sump pan. And then there's like 21 sump pan bolts. I just don't want to be lying under the truck. But even at that, I don't think I want to do that until I'm absolutely sure the top end's okay. Enough waffling. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, the other thing. I'm going to look up the instructions for that endoscope and see how I record the images. Because all I was doing was watching from afar. I would quite like to record that, so I'll look that up. Right, I'm away this time. Bye.